Hi guys, welcome to Critically Awesome. My name is Trent.
And I'm Garrett.
And he just had a mouthful of nuts. Oh my god.
You're jealous,
Peanuts.
I know you are.
Peanuts. I'm not really that jealous. By the way, this shirt is seriously the best shirt ever. Everybody wants Sterling Archer. Yours is pretty cool, but you've got the same shirt I do because
Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Harry Potter.
Which, by the way, I actually watched this week too. I watched some Harry Potter this week.
Nice.
I think it was.
I guess we're going straight into that. Do we have any? Before we start that, do we have any shout outs? Anything like that?
Well, if Parker's listening in, hi Parker.
Hey Parker, if you're listening, I know you like to listen to us do our podcast.
That's right, Parker. We would really appreciate seeing your beautiful face on the screen one of these days. Maybe become a part of Critically Awesome's awesome team. Who knows? We've had previous people in the past, like Gabe Rankin, making a song for us. We haven't used it in a very long time because we haven't had Igor with us. I miss Igor. His face should.
Yeah, he's been going through some tough stuff right now. A little bit.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Ooh, that's good. This time.
What did you decide? Nice.
Amaretto. It's so good. So sweet. It's like, and it's thick too. So it takes a while to go down the hatch. So, one of my workers, her name is Sophia. She is going to be watching us later on tonight. So hello, Sophia. Hope that you will enjoy this. This is going to be kind of boring. It's always boring at first, Garrett. You know that? Like, we don't have any explosions.
Yeah, but we got to introduce ourselves and we got to go through usual things. So,
well, this is our 26th podcast. 26. So we should have. Actually, no. This is our 27th podcast.
Dang it, Trenton! You had to mess up the numbers, didn't you?
I had to mess up the numbers.
Come on, you can count. Can you not count?
It's our 6th movie death match. That's all that matters to me. I mean, that's pretty cool. Oh, wait. Was this our 26th or is this our 27th?
This is our 27th. Because 26 was the tribute to Gene Wilder.
Son of a bitch. I mean, oh, crap. Well,
Bob, you messed up.
Well, now with all of these new good God, YouTube rules, we're probably going to get banned from YouTube because I said the word bitch. So, oh, I said it again.
I think that's more, from what I've heard, it's like more advertisement stuff.
I don't know. I know that they're getting really ridiculous. And so, we're going to have issues probably because I get very heated with my arguments.
Well, I mean, we can also always not even try to make money out of it, because we don't have a lot of views.
Not like we do make money out of it anyways.
True. I mean, that way we can actually maybe like show trailers and stuff, because that way we don't get. Because our videos still will be shown. We won't make money off of it if we get tagged, get flagged.
If we get flagged, they could take our video down anyways for copyright infringement or whatever.
Well, we just can't make money off of it.
Yeah. Either way, it's not. So, what are your movie? Wait, do you have any shout-outs?
No, I do not. I do not have any.
Lame.
But you can continue with your update.
I thought you were going to do an update.
No, because you were.
Have you start off with the movie updates?
No, you were. You were saying that you watched Harry Potter.
Well, I was just making that common news.
Well, yeah, but you can give us the update.
Well, I know that I was watching Sweeney Todd today. I also watched some Scrubs today. Because of you, I started watching Bob's Burgers because I take your advice on just about everything.
How do you like it so far?
It's so stupid.
But funny, right? I mean,
It's just like Archer, like stupid funny, and I can't stop watching it. And I'm like, what? Why am I watching this? Why am I watching this? I don't even know why I'm watching this. Let's just watch one more and see if I hate it even more. And I do, but I still watch it. Like, Bob's mustache is ridiculous. And then he shaves it off.
or his youngest daughter is hilarious.
I think his oldest daughter is hilarious.
That's actually voiced by a man.
I don't doubt it. He's not coming to my birthday party, and I don't even want to be here anymore. I'm just gonna what? Father-daughter time? Grill cook? I don't want to be a grill cook, Dad. Oh, it's so stupid. I've been watching Star Trek still, but I haven't been watching it as much because I'm trying to watch other things, like, of course, Bob's Burgers. Tonight, I'm going to be watching The Jungle Book after our podcast. I wanted to see that in theaters, but I never got the time to watch it in theaters. So instead, I just did an impulse buy and said, I know this is going to be good. I'm just going to buy it anyways. Now, I'm the only person in my family that has not seen that movie. Tiffany has seen it. Ashley and Sophia both have seen it. Tiffany said she likes it, so I'm just going to be like, all right, I'm going to buy it. It's got a bunch of good actors, directed by an amazing director, and I'm, like, itching to get to start watching this movie.
I don't know, do you think
crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's going to be good, though? I mean, I heard it was good, but it's all CGI besides the kid.
I heard that it was a very good balance. It's like,
I know it's really good CGI to the point where it doesn't seem like it's CGI. That's what I've heard, but
and there's only one live actor throughout the entire thing. But
yeah,
you got to put faith in oh shoot, what was that guy's name? The director of Iron Man. He's also in the movie Iron Man.
I can't think of his name, but he played
he's a very funny guy too.
Yeah, he was,
you know what's
Happy.
Good about
He played Happy in Iron Man.
Yeah, the best thing about smartphones is I've got IMDb, and it helps me out. I did watch Harry Potter, the Goblet of Fire, and the Half-Blood Prince.
Nice. That's when it gets really intense.
It does. Like, it really does.
I think the last two are probably the best ones out of them all.
When Edward Cullen dies, you know. Say what?
When who dies? You mean
Jon Favreau? That's his name, Jon Favreau.
You mean when Dobby dies? You said
no. Yeah. Whenever Edward Cullen, you know. He was in Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Sparkly guy, you know what I'm saying?
Cedric Diggory.
Cedric. Everybody knows it's Cedric.
The heck? Yeah.
I can't. And speaking of Sweeney Todd, my wife, bless her sweetheart, I love this woman to pieces, but she said she did not like Sweeney Todd.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemous, I know. And that's the thing about tonight's movie Deathmatch, guys, is Garrett and I both love each one of the movies that we're watching. Or anyways, I love Gangs of New York. I don't know how he
I love both. That's one of my favorite musicals, Sweeney Todd. So,
Les Mis. That's a good one. But we would definitely get into Les Mis. But we would definitely get into more of that later on. But I'm just going to tell you right now, you guys have a tough job.
Yes,
you have to choose between Garrett or I on who is the winner. Because we are going to be both very passionate, but we both really love both of the movies that we're fighting against. He chose one of my favorite actors, which is Leo, and I chose his favorite director, who is Tim Burton. Originally, I was going to do Pulp Fiction. I want to do Pulp Fiction, but my wife is like, look outside the box. Do something different. You're only doing Pulp Fiction because you like it. And so I was looking through Netflix.
But that is kind of the point of movie Deathmatch, unless we specifically say to pick a movie that we have never seen before.
That is true.
Really, that's what the whole gist of movie deathmatch is that we pick movies that we think are the best in this genre, at least one of the best, because there's quite a few pretty good movies in this genre, but this is what we thought maybe that we should pick. So,
all right, guys, I'm actually going to show you tonight's thumbnail ahead of time. Now that we've got a little bit of time, I'm trying to push some time also. Tonight's thumbnail won't be available to see until about tomorrow if you look on the thing, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys now what it looks like. So here is where it is. It's Sweeney Todd right here, and we got Leo from Gangs of New York, and an explosion in the background because, you know, gotta have explosions. This is going to be an explosive podcast. It may not look like it right now because we're saving up all of our energy and all of our yelling and screaming and stuff for later on. So, on that note, Garrett, what is your update?
Well, let's see. I've been watching and I finished Voltron. Have you seen that? Have you watched that, Voltron? On Netflix?
Voltron?
Yes.
Yeah. I told you to watch it.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, I finished it. I finished it because I'm watching like 4 or 5 shows right now. I watched Voltron. I finished that.
I finished that like 4 months ago.
I can't wait for the next season. It's awesome.
Are you watching Stranger Things yet?
Really? I finished it already.
I know. I was just making sure you remembered about it.
They're making season 2.
They are. I'm excited.
FYI, everyone. Okay. But continue. I watched Sleepy Hollow, but we've been watching that. We're almost done with that on Hulu. If you guys haven't watched it, go out and watch it. It's really good. Let's see. What else did I watch? I watched. There's another show that I watched too. Bob's Burgers, of course. Watched a little bit of Pokemon. I watched. There's another show that we watch on Hulu. I can't think of it right now. But movie-wise, I watched The Intern, which is a really good movie. I highly suggest it. It has Anne Hathaway and Robert De Niro. And Robert De Niro he's a retired. He's retired. His wife died a couple of years ago or whatever, and so he's just really stir crazy. So he's wanting to do something, and so he becomes an intern at this pretty much like online shopping. The way she is the boss of this really big internet sensation that you can online shop, and it's really good. I highly recommend it. It's really good. Then I watched Adventureland, Jesse Eisenberg, and unfortunately, but it was a little bit. I think it was before all this Twilight crap, but it was Kristen Stewart. I can't remember the guy who he's in Silicon Valley. The guy with the glasses. But he's in there too. That was pretty cool. And Ryan Reynolds. Let's see, what else did we get? There was another one that we watched. And then I watched Dracula Untold, which actually I really liked that movie. Dracula Untold was really good. I really like it. I like when they do vampire stories. Besides, of course, Underworld. I love those movies, but besides that, when they kind of do the telling of Dracula, because he's an actual true, like non-fictional character.
Forget about Bill
He's real. What?
What's wrong with you? Bill Hader. Bill Hader was.
Oh yeah, Bill Hader's in Adventureland. Yeah, and Kristen Wiig too. And so Adventureland's really hilarious. It's it's supposed to be in like the 1987 or something like that. And you just kind of follow this kid kind of trying to figure out life, essentially, and he gets a job at this music park back in his hometown called Adventureland. falls in love, what stuff like that. But
Kirsten
Dracula
Stewart,
Untold
of
is
all
really,
people. Ugh.
yeah. This was before. I think this is before Twilight, so it's a little better. She was a little more lively in this one, but Dracula Untold was really good. Had a really good story to it, I thought. A good different twist to the mythology of Dracula. So I really liked that. I don't know did you ever see it, Trenton?
No.
I think you should see it. It's pretty good. Besides that, I think that's about it on my movie updates. Yeah, I think that's it.
We'll go into news. News.
All right. Well, I guess I will start off with the weekend box office results.
Woo! We have a viewer. Sorry.
Woo!
Get
All
excited
right.
sometimes.
So not a lot has changed. Well, besides Pete's Dragon. Pete's Dragon actually came up for some reason.
When the dragon comes up.
So number 5 was Sausage Party. Still hanging in there.
That makes it even worse.
Pete's Dragon. That came up from number
Pete's
6.
Dragon.
So that's surprising, actually. That came up from at number 6. What? Whatever, shut up. 3 was Kubo and the Two Strings, which I really want to see. I want to go see in theaters before it comes out. DVD, I think. That might be the next movie I see before some of the newer stuff comes out that I want to see.
Maybe you should go see
number
Pete's
2,
Dragon.
still hanging in number 2 is Suicide Squad. And then number 1 is still Don't Breathe. There wasn't a whole lot that came out. Nothing
Pete's
that
Dragon
was...
came out this weekend.
No, it didn't. It's been out for 4 weeks. Shut up.
How do you know?
Because I'm reading it right now in front of me.
We had it out this entire time. Oh man, Pete, put it up.
But yeah, that's about it on box office. Movie breakdown here.
Cast on Pete's Dragon.
But that's about it on box office weekend.
I don't know about you.
Results.
Is Pete's Dragon hairy or is he nice and smooth?
He's a little boy, you little pervert.
That's even worse. Why would Pete's Dragon be out for 4 weeks if he was a little boy? Well, I guess that makes sense. And now, is he a college kid? College? Is he going to take his dragon with him? Or is he going to become... Pete, what's a good P name for
Where
him?
the hell are you going with this trend?
I'm thinking of a sequel for Pete's Dragon. He's probably going to end up becoming Patricia. Pete's Dragon will end up becoming Pete's Cavern. Oh, God!
Why are you doing this trend?
Where? Hang on, I got to think of a sequel.
You can't even do it. You can't even do it.
Yeah, I'm going to come up with a good sequel pitch. You loved Pete's Dragon. It kept you entertained for about 20 minutes. Now, he's a grown woman. And he's decided to become Patricia. Welcome to... Prepare yourself for the summer of 2017 for Patricia's Cavern.
Wow,
Garrett,
okay.
take me off the screen.
Oh, man.
This film is not yet rated.
I hope not.
But it's fabulous.
Fabulous.
We really need to stop doing that. We're going to lose a subscriber for that. Thankfully, we have lost a viewer.
subscriber. I think we actually lost a subscriber.
Probably got offended at Pete's Dragon. Freaking Disney. That's a Disney film, too.
Is it? I thought it was a
It is.
DreamWorks film.
Nope, it's Disney. That's why it's actually number 4. Right? Yeah, that's why it's number 4, is because it's a Disney film. And people are like, Pete's Dragon, that's not exactly what I was expecting to see when I went to the theater.
No, it's
Anyways.
not. Buena Vista.
So, what did you do on your Labor Day? Oh, we lost our viewer.
Good job.
How many times can you say Pete's Dragon before you lose a viewer?
What I did
Skip
is
over to Patricia's Cavern.
I cleaned the house. I did a lot of things around the house. Didn't do a lot.
I managed a full service restaurant.
Nice.
I don't know if nice is the word I'd use. That was crazy. Crazy. Man, we had like an hour-long wait last night.
Really?
But that's besides the point. Yeah, that was crazy. So, do we have any more news? Oh, yeah. Daniel Craig has been offered 150 million euros to do 2 more James Bond films. So, will he take it or will he not?
I don't know. I don't think he will.
Well, if he doesn't, who do you think is going to be a good replacement for Daniel Craig as James Bond?
Didn't we already talk this? I think Tom Holland, wasn't he? He was
Tom Hardy, you mean?
No. Tom Holland, the one who plays Loki.
Loki?
Yeah.
That's not Tom Holland. Tom Holland plays Spider-Man.
Who am I thinking?
Crap. Hang on. It's going to come to me, and I'm not going to use my phone.
It's not going to come to you.
I hate you right now. I hate you right now. It's going to eat me alive. It's going to eat me alive. Tom Hiddleston.
That's who it is. Yeah, I know it was a Tom. I just couldn't. I don't know why it was Hiddleston. Yeah. I know he was projected to be the new James Bond.
But would he actually make a good one? Like, he'd make a good James Bond villain, I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess. No, because, I mean. Have we ever seen him? Have we ever seen him as not a villain, though?
Yes. But not in any kind of a... He's been in several movies where he's been the love interest. He's such a heart squeeze, or heartthrob. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like action movies, not like romantic comedies or anything like that.
Well, let's see here. He's been in 41 different films. He's going to be on Kong Skull Island as Captain James Conrad, so he's going to be a bad guy there too. He was Hank Williams. That's not a bad guy. Yeah, on a movie called I Saw the Light. Came out last year. He was the voice of James on The Pirate Fairy. I thought I recognized that voice. I have 2 daughters, okay? Don't judge. Our viewer came back. It's because I said something about The Pirate Fairy. It's a Tinkerbell movie, in case you were wondering. I give it a 10 out of 10. Midnight in Paris, he has F. Scott Fitzgerald, which is an author, so that's not a bad guy. I'm going before the Avengers, by the way, too. So, and well, we should see. I want to know what you guys think. Would Tom Hiddleston make a good James Bond? If not, who do you think would be a good James Bond? I don't really like, or not that I don't like James Bond. I've never really given it a try. But, I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you who I think would be a good James Bond at the very moment.
It's a hard one because a lot of times they just appear and then you like them, but I was never really into James Bond that much.
Who's Chris Hemsworth's brother? What's his name again? Liam
Hemsworth.
I think Liam Hemsworth would be a good gap. Yeah, I think he's got the look, he's got the build, and
I mean he's dark-headed. I mean he's dark-headed, so he fits the type.
He looks really good, clean shaven. So put him in a tuxedo. Don't let him have a British accent at all.
He does have a British accent, though.
I figured he'd be a really good American style.
But James Bond's at MI6.
James Bond is MI6?
Yeah,
you mean the American version?
Oh, MI6 is English.
Mission Impossible is not English.
No, MI6.
Mission Impossible is the
No, not Mission Impossible.
That would be the next Mission Impossible. Is MI6, Mission Impossible 6, because I just had Mission Impossible 5.
Shut up! It's not.
Don't tell me how to live my life. You're not my real father.
You're not my supervisor.
Touch me there. You're not my pastor.
Oh man, no, but I don't know. It'd be interesting because you don't see Liam Hemsworth in a lot of movies. If he is, he usually dies pretty freaking quick, doesn't he?
He dies.
He dies pretty quick. Besides him being Gale in Hunger Games, but.
Gale. Oh, you know who would be a really good one is the guy who played Finnick Odair. Really?
No, he's.
I'm thinking.
No, because there's a lot of actors that are English, so it's hard to. I know a lot of people want to be him, but I don't think he's the right.
Well, with women ruling the world. With women ruling the world, why don't we just make Natalie Portman the next James Bond?
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
That'd be terrible.
Not a James Bond female version, but like.
Well, they've already claimed that James Bond isn't a name; it's actually like a division. Like 007
really?
is. Yeah, they've basically said that since there's been so many of them. So. Maybe we could see Tina Fey become the next James Bond.
Melissa McCarthy.
No, not even. I hate Melissa McCarthy.
Sorry, go ahead.
She's the worst.
So I was looking here in the news and just something about Thor Ragnarok. What do you think Thor Ragnarok's going to be about? Like,
the end of the earth.
Says, it said there's new photos revealing costumes for Thor, Loki, and Odin, but Odin died, did he not? In the Dark World, Thor Dark World.
I think he just went into another Odin's.
And it was Loki who took. His form and was on the throne.
Yeah, but he could have just put him in like Odin's sleep or something like that, to where he's sleeping for a good long time again.
You think?
He never sleeps until it's time for Odin's sleep, and when he does, then Thor has to rule the world or rule the kingdom for a while.
Yeah, Asgard.
He's gonna be. He has to rule the 7 realms. Speaking of Thor, I've been looking for this all over the place. Booyah!
You found Mjolnir?
I found Mjolnir. It's because I am Thor, and it does come back to me. That's exciting. That made my day. Anyways, we have another viewer. Hi, viewers, whoever you are. If you are able to comment, say hi to us back, because we get lonely sometimes. Sometimes I feel like we're just talking to ourselves. But Thor Ragnarok, it's going to be about an army that's going to like come together, or this monster that's going to come from. Hi, it's Allie Jones. Hi, Allie Jones. There's just going to be this monster from deep out in space that's probably released by Thanos. I'm just going to throw that out there since it's Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they're going to try to incorporate Thanos as much as they can. Which also we're going to see the Hulk in this movie too, and it's going to have ties to Planet Hulk. So,
It's interesting though that they called it Thor Ragnarok because if I remember, like in the talked about this one time, Ragnarok is actually a robotic Thor that
Iron Man created. That's right.
Yeah. So it's interesting why they call it Thor Ragnarok. You know what I mean? Which
yeah, but I really don't think.
Actually, in mythology, it's a serpent that is wrapped around the world, and once it lets go of its tail, everything is destroyed. So.
Well, let's see. How is that? Because I know that Planet Hulk is going to be incorporated into this movie.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's what I've heard.
Excited for that. Like, oh, it's such a good show. That's one of the best animated movies I've seen is Planet Hulk. And Thor does end up helping Hulk get out of this fighting planet. I mean, actually, it's like a floating ship. That's a huge ship. That's basically a gladiator match where a ton of planets come together and they put their champions up. And Hulk is just a champion from Earth, but nobody is, It's a really good one. If you have the chance, I think it's still on Netflix, but I'm not positive. Go watch that movie, Planet Hulk. If you find the comic, It's really good too. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the Hulk back on the screen. And hope that we get to see them fight. That would be, well, not Thor and Hulk, but see awesome fights of like huge freaking monsters against the Hulk, and he's got like gladiator armor on and everything. So that's.
Yeah, do you think they should? Do you think they should make another Thor? There's a Thor solo, not Thor, Hulk solo movie.
But they can't make a Hulk solo movie because Paramount still owns the rights to Hulk.
Oh, do they?
They do. That's why they can't make another one. So,
but they could probably do something like they do with like Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's why. Well, actually, Sony still owns the rights to Spider-Man, and they are making a solo movie because that's what Sony wants.
With Disney, though. But Disney also has a say in this movie as well.
Yeah, I really liked where Sony was going with Spider-Man and their whole thing. I didn't like the fact that they had a Aunt May solo movie because that would have been stupid, boring.
They had an Aunt May solo movie?
They had an Aunt May solo movie lined up. Like,
I didn't know that.
Maybe if it was the new Aunt May, I'd be down for that because she's a good actress. Anyways, how do you think this not Hulk movie, this Thor movie is going to end up?
I hope it's pretty good. I mean, it's a hard one to do. It's kind of like Hulk, because Hulk essentially is a god, just like Thor is, And I like the comic books, the new comic books of Thor here, which I've been reading, but it's a hard one to do. It's because it's kind of you're in mythology now. You're in stuff that's people have believed in thousands of years ago. That's why I like
still to this day.
Yeah, that's why I kind of enjoy it though. Is the whole Odin and Thor, Loki. You have mythology and all that, which is really fun to learn about. So I don't know. I hope it's really good. I can't wait to see it. It's been a while since the Thor movies came out too. I think it's been quite a few years.
2011, I believe.
That's quite a few.
No. When was that? Because it wasn't that long ago, was it? Well, Marvel also puts out 2 movies every year, at least. But
2013 was Dark World.
Yes.
3 years ago.
That's still,
That's a lot. There's.
When was the last Captain America? Which was last year? Yes, but the one before that was even before the Avengers. The movie right before the Avengers, actually. So it's going to take a while, but it's going to be Oh crap! It's going to be a great movie. I think
Then
Thor is
then
one
it's
of
been
my
like
favorites.
10 years. Then it's been like 10 years since like Hulk.
I mean, clearly Thor is one of my favorites. I'm just saying. I even have Mjolnir on my keychain. I want to get
Nice.
another Mjolnir too, a metal one. Probably have it as a necklace.
Just
But,
get a tattoo of it.
might as well get a tattoo with like freaking glow in the dark lightning around it. Have this as a tattoo,
That'd be pretty
but
cool.
without fingers and the little camera cut out. Just Mjolnir, lightning, and that kind of got weird fast.
I did a little bit.
It's okay. As long as it's weird with you, then it's all right. No, nothing. That even got more awkward. Thanks, Garrett. You didn't go aw.
You're welcome.
You bat turd. Trying to keep this PG. All right. So should we move on to the?
I'm not.
What?
Is there any other news you want to share? Just curious. I don't know if you. Oh, the Gene Wilder one that you found.
How he said that Willy Wonka or the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Johnny Depp, 2005 with Tim Burton was an insult.
Yep.
Yeah. Gene Wilder said in an interview in 2013 that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was an insult to his character, and especially his entrance. His entrance was retarded. Is basically what he said. It's not his exact words, so don't quote me on that. And that he wanted Willy Wonka to be. He said that Willy Wonka needs to be spontaneous and a surprise to not only the audience but to the cast. And everything that you see in the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is all, most of it's unscripted because of how great Gene Wilder was. And right, yeah, just making sure I said the right name this time. And everything, or most of the things that Johnny Depp did were probably scripted, but Johnny Depp he did say that Johnny Depp is an amazing actor, and he's got his talents, but this Willy Wonka was not the best. And of course you're going to be a little biased to yourself. I would be anyways. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on to our main segment. Critically Awesome's movie deathmatch. Gangs from New York versus Sweeney Todd. Garrett, you have the opening speech.
No. You start there, sir.
Why do I have to start? You have the longer movie.
Because.
If you are watching... All right, here, we'll leave it up to the viewers. If you're watching, please comment and tell us who should go first, Garrett or
No,
Trent.
we're not going to wait that long. You are going to start.
No, we'll wait. We'll wait.
No, you start it. Trent, just go.
I'm waiting for our viewers.
No, we're not going to respond.
We have at least two of them. They will respond. When I told them to say hello, they said hello.
No.
Allie, are you still there? Parker? Sophia? Somebody?
Go, Trent. Just go.
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 20. What is it?
Yeah, it's you go.
That's not even a number.
Well, too bad. You go.
It's not too bad. Ah, damn it.
Ha ha. Thank you, Allie.
All right, so Sweeney Todd. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Allie, for commenting. Sorry for the delay, guys. Not really. Sweeney Todd. I watched it today, and it is an amazing movie. It's about this barber who gets falsely accused of murder because Alan Rickman's character, which, by the way, Alan Rickman is in this movie. Props. Another thing. But Alan Rickman's character is a judge, and he falls madly in love with I forgot his name. With Sweeney Todd's, I forgot his real name, wife. And oh my God, dude, I just totally had a brain fart. And then in order for her to fall in love with him, or how he thinks she's gonna fall in love with him, is he accuses Johnny Depp's character of becoming of murder, and he never did it at all. He never committed any crime. All he did was he was madly in love with her, and you got to really listen to the song in every single detail, and he gets pulled away from his wife, and he gets sent to America, and doesn't come back for like 15 years whenever he finally gets out of jail. Or not America, he goes to jail. And he comes to find out that his wife has been killed by Helena Bonham Carter. So saying this to him, saying that she overdosed on a drug. I don't remember, opiates, I think is what it was. And he finds out that his daughter, by the judge, and the judge took the daughter for his own, and later on he decides that he wants to marry her, spoiler alert. And Johnny Depp does come back. He comes back, and he is set up to be the best barber in town, so that the judge will come, because the judge is a very high he's very high up in the rankings, and everybody loves him except, well, all the rich people love him. A lot of people hate him because he is he keeps people and makes people hang no matter how old they are. And so in order to get his trust and get revenge for the judge killing his wife and taking his daughter for his own, he has to earn his trust. So he has to show up this French barber who is trying to sell these elixirs, and he's like, "This smells like piss. It's got piss and ink in it. This is all this is. This is just piss." And then the that's so funny. "This smells like piss. This is piss." And he decides that, you know, they're going to have a shave off. And so, and the character is actually the French is played by the guy who plays Borat. I forgot his name, Steven something. And so that's another bonus. We've got a long list, or actually a short list of very amazing actors and actresses. And so while the French barber is, you know, putting on the shaving cream and slowly, gentleman that he's singing and showing off, and then you see Sweeney Todd just sharpening his razor slowly and slowly, and then but after he gets everything perfect, that's when he can go to work. And in the middle of his song, Sweeney Todd wins it. He's got the cleanest, smoothest shave, and he did it the fastest. And so the guy who plays Wormtail in Harry Potter, by the way, another good actor, just saying, sees him and recommends him to the judge after the judge says he wants to marry the daughter. I forgot her, Joanna. How can you forget that? It's like 4 or 5 songs about Joanna. And Joanna. Thank you for breaking the tension. I was starting to get really scared there for a little bit. So, and he decides that he wants to marry her, and the only way that he can do that is if he's like, "I know this barber who is going to make you look superb," and all this stuff. And he finally gets the judge into the chair, and he's starting to shave him, and he's getting ready to slice his neck open when what is his name? Oh, I'm terrible with names, Garrett. You know that? But he runs in there. The boy who falls in love with Joanna. The boy.
Oh, honestly. Yeah. I can't think of his name.
He's also in Harry Potter. Got a very small role in Harry Potter, and also in I'm not going to mention his other one because it's kind of a, you know, well, actually, he's in Twilight also. I only know that because I looked up everything on IMDb today. And so the reason why my movie is the best is it's got great acting. It's different than any other movie, almost any other movie out there. It's directed by Tim Burton, who is an actor or a director all around. In some aspects, I mean, he's not my favorite director, but this is a very Tim Burton movie. It's dark, it's gritty, it's got violence and just all around weirdness, and beautifully put together with the music and the soundtrack and the acting.
Anthony
The
is his
chemistry.
name.
Anthony, thank you.
Sorry.
The acting chemistry between Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter is always amazing. I don't care what movie it's in, if it's animated or if it's live action. It's just they take you to a whole different place, and you actually feel like you're in the movie itself.
I agree with you on that. They have really good chemistry together.
Yeah.
Any movie they're in, they have really good chemistry.
So that's my opening statement. It's a very long one. Garrett, you go first.
All right, so the movie that I picked is Gangs of New York, which is a mid-19th century period movie. It starts in 1946 in Lower Manhattan's Five Points district, which is pretty much like the slums of New York, of Manhattan. Which it opens up with the scene of a battle, a territorial war, essentially. It's been going on for years between the natives, which they're usually comprising those born in the United States of British descent, and the recently arrived Irish and Catholic immigrants from overseas. So what it is that you have this one leader, which his name is William Bill the Butcher Cutter, which is like an awesome, name, which he is played by Daniel Day-Lewis. He's definitely very radical. He thinks any immigrant is bad for the United States. He's very patriotic of his country. He thinks that the incoming immigrants are really bad for the country. And then you got Priest Valiant, which is Liam Neeson, by the way, he's an awesome actor as well. And he has, of course, his young son, Amsterdam, which is a weird name. But so it opens up with this big bloody battle, which both these movies are very bloody in their own way, of course. But it opens up these two gangs. You have the natives, of course, and you have the Irish immigrants. And it just opens up on like a snowy morning, and just they collide, they kill, they're just killing each other until he butches Priest Valiant. And Priest Valiant falls and dies. But he kills him. Butcher has honor, of course, and he says, this is the only guy that actually is worth that's actually given him honor, and that fights with honor. So he is going to be buried with honor and burned like a warrior, essentially, or buried like a warrior. But his son was going to be taken to away to the law, or like to the state as a state ward or whatever. But he ends up running off and going and actually gets taken and found to an orphanage, which he was there for about 16 years. And then it opens up 16 years later, which is 1862, which, of course, there's really two big things going on during this time. You have the Emancipation Proclamation and the Civil War. It's about 2 years into the Civil War. So there's a lot of hatred towards people that are different. For the Emancipation Proclamation, you have the blacks, of course, being liberated from slavery. And then you have the Civil War, which a lot of Irish immigrants actually would come off the boat from Ireland, and then they would actually go and enlist into the Union. So there was a lot of that, and of course so you kind of have this big area where it's 5 points. Of course, they said it's the slums and all that. And this character, which is Leonardo DiCaprio's character, which is Amsterdam, he comes back to 5 points, and he's trying to seek revenge on Bill the Butcher. And so he actually becomes employed by Bill the Butcher, and he kind of gains his trust. He gets really close to Bill the Butcher. That's the whole movie setting up for this whole thing, is where he is slowly gaining his trust. He's doing things, and at one point he actually saves Bill the Butcher, and he's like, why am I doing this anymore now? I came here to kill this man, and I just saved him. Why am I doing this? And then an old friend from when he was a kid, which is McGowan, is his name, which is Gary Lewis, which also was in Harry Potter, by the way. But so he's like, why are you, what are you doing? If you're not going to kill this guy, why are you in here? And so Leonardo DiCaprio's character decides to, next time, which he finds out that every year on the same date, they do an anniversary of the big battle, and he kind of makes fun of it, essentially. Bill the Butcher does, and so he goes and gonna kill him during the ceremony in public, but he actually ends up not doing that, and he rises back up, and all that. And of course, then big battle again against the natives and the Irish. Which, of course, a lot of Irish are starting to come over because of the potato famine in Ireland, and then, of course, as all this was going on, this big battle the second battle between the natives and the Irish, there was it was like the protest of the draft for the Civil War. And so, in I think 1863, I think is when the war that happened, when Abe Lincoln he issued a mandatory draft for everyone who was willing to be put into a drawing, of course, and picked off for which during this whole movie you can see that just how like crooked politicians were back in the which there still are, of course, but back in the early late 19th century. I mean, they would, buy off essentially votes. Like there was a politician, Tweed. He would say, if you do this for, I'll do this for you. I'll back someone if you make sure you get all of the Irish votes. You just really see how really twisted and how a lot of the politicians back then were about trying to get votes.
Kind of sounds like today's politicians.
Which hasn't changed, as I was saying, yeah. But then there's just this big battle, at the very end here, where you have the riots of the draft, and then you have the two gangs coming together, and then of course then you have the Union Army coming in to stop everything, and they're just killing everyone. It's just blood, guts, everything. It's just a lot going on, and it just ends with Bill the Butcher being killed by Amsterdam, and it's very symbolic. He's like, finally, it's done. I'm 47 years old, I'm done. And it's a really good movie because, for one, it ties in history. You have the Civil War, you have Emancipation Proclamation, you have the slums of Lower Manhattan and New York City, where you have the new Irish immigrants coming over, and you have the natives, which were the people who were naturally born in the United States, and they just how much hatred was towards the Irish immigrants and how hard they had it. I think it's not necessarily an accurate portrayal, I don't think, of all this, but insight of what that was like to be an Irish immigrant. You know, you're barely making anything. You're pretty much just having to do pickpocketing. Also, I didn't know this either, which I didn't say. Leonardo DiCaprio's love interest in this is Ginny, and it was played by Cameron Diaz. I didn't know she was in this movie till I rewatched it because I haven't watched this movie in years. But this is a really good movie. I think it's a really good movie because you have a really great cast. You have Liam Neeson. You have what was his name? D. Lewis. You have Leonardo DiCaprio. You have Cameron Diaz. You know, I mean, there are also a lot of smaller actors that actually now are really big. But this was a really good movie. So that's what a little breakdown of my movie and why I think this is actually a really good movie. Better than Sweeney Todd.
All right. So both of ours are set generally in the same time frame. And so that's actually kind of a really good like fighting point right there. We've got
they are aren't they? They're pretty close to around this like the turn of the century.
Mm-hmm. And so both of them have amazing actors. Like you said, you've got Daniel Day-Lewis, Liam Neeson, and Leonardo DiCaprio.
I forgot Liam Neeson was in this movie. He was only in the beginning of the movie, but
one of those actors has played God, has played a Jedi, has
he's just all around. Yeah, he's played everything. Yeah, it says here Sweeney Todd was like 1846-ish, which that's where it starts off in Gangs of New York, but it's more around the Civil War, so 1862-ish.
We're getting something different from mine's Across the Pond, though.
Yes, it is. But I mean, essentially it's what it is, though. I mean, like you have people coming from across the pond, in Ireland, coming to America. And it's kind of almost the same premises too, but
now, Allie, you can't solely pick a movie based on if you've seen it or not. You have to do it on creativity, on passion, and on facts. And fact of the matter is I've got Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, Alan Rickman. By the way, Alan Rickman. The late, great Alan Rickman, who would act circles around any of the actors that we are talking about right now.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Alan Rickman
award-winning, Oscar-winning Leonardo DiCaprio.
How long did it take him to get an Oscar? I'm pretty sure that Alan Rickman has like 4. Everybody knows that.
No, but it's actually really interesting, though, if you really think about it. This how the movies we picked, it's almost they're in the way how they are, where you got you have Sweeney Todd coming back from prison. From prison he's come back to his hometown. You have Leonardo DiCaprio. He was in an orphanage for 16 years, and he's coming back to his hometown. It changed, and
we've basically got the same.
Yeah, we almost do. Because like you have you have
main revenge.
Character. You have a main villain who has done something to the main characters, to their family.
And so we're basically going to have to find a way to fight each other's film based on the same thing happening in just different movies. So, sorry. Well, podcast over.
But I don't know. It like you said though, this is really hard because these are really movies we both really enjoy.
I love Gangs of New York. I pop that one in at least once a year.
I liked it so much that I actually, instead of renting it on Amazon Prime, I bought it. So, yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis gets really freaky with his glass eye, though.
Dude, yeah, that's an awesome glass eye, though. But it's like, even though like Sweeney Todd's really gory, it's pretty gory. Like both movies are gory.
Yeah, like all right. So Johnny Depp or Sweeney Todd gets into this just this really dark mode, to where he invents a chair because he after he ends up killing the French barber.
It's actually not French. It's not French. Actually, he was Italian.
He sounded French as fuck.
He's being Italian. Huh?
He sounded very French.
He's actually,
whatever.
Well, no, he was Italian because he was Signor Sweeney Todd.
Whatever.
He was doing something like that. He was being like a Spanish or Italian.
I think it was Italian because if I remember seeing the flag, it was.
I think it was Italian.
Was,
well, no, because both of those flags are pretty close.
It was like red, white, and green, I believe, is what the flag was. So, but after he does that, the kid that was following the Italian barber, and basically him and Miss Fritz, I think is her name, they adopt him. And
it's Lovelet.
Huh? Lovelet, that's right. Sorry, Mrs. Fritz is the.
I'm helping you with this time. I'm helping you this time. I'm helping you with all the names.
I'm terrible with names. You know how many names I have to remember in a day? He gets so dark that he ends up making a chair just for killing people. Like, he'll just sit there and slice their throat, and he pushes this button on the bottom of the chair, and it tilts the chair back, opens up a trapdoor, and sends it into the basement. And it's got a special drain that gets all the blood that goes into the sewer, and they end up making Mrs. Meat pies. Yeah, they make meat. She makes meat pies, and they have a grand reopening of her meat pie shop. And that's after I saw that, I started getting I was like, oh, that's so gross. That is so gross.
It's pretty bad.
And just grind the meat, son. Just grind the meat. Ooh, that's bad. And the second half of the movie, we ended up having Ashley with us watching it too. So he was like, cover your eyes, Ashley. Cover your eyes. But he finally, after he killed 3 different people at the same time. And so there were like 3 bodies, and one of them was the judge. He sliced his throat, and the next thing he sees his daughter, who he thinks is a dude, and never realizes that it's his actual daughter. And he goes down to the basement to where Helena Bonham Carter is, and hears her screaming, and you see the judge grabbing her by the dress, and he's like, "Just die, damn it!" And then he sees his wife, his wife sitting there. She was a lady who looked homeless and stuff, and and he notices that he sliced her throat by accident because he saw the judge coming up, and he's just heartbroken. And you see that, and you feel that, and he tries to play it off with Helena Bonham Carter and starts dancing with her, saying, "Let's just forget all this and just be happy and stuff." And he throws her into the furnace, and you're like, "Whoa! Holy shit! Did that just happen?" And you see her you see her hair freaking go away, and she starts to burn, and you see her like burning alive. And then he shuts it, and he goes up to his dead wife that he just killed, holds her in his arms, and then the little kid comes up, grabs Sweeney Todd's knife, slices his throat, and he bleeds all over his dead wife. And it's kind of a sick and twisted Romeo and Juliet.
It's very Shakespearean, definitely.
It's very Shakespearean. He thought that she died, and he was going to do everything in his power to get revenge on the person that killed her. After he gets the revenge, he notices that she never really died. And so he ends up getting his life taken in the end, everybody else. And he does die with his wife. And he gets his revenge, and he gets his sweet reunion, per se. So, mine's Shakespearean. Yours is very not.
I think both of them are pretty Shakespearean, though, too, in a way.
Leo dies at the end, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't. Nope.
Oh, wow. Maybe Leo doesn't die.
Doesn't die.
So, based on the arguments, I'm going to go ahead and vote for Team Trent. Garrett's going to vote for Team Garrett. We all know that, so it's 50-50. With that, we already know who Allie is going to vote for. So far, Garrett is winning.
Thank you,
if
Allie.
you liked my argument, thanks you. I do. I love you, Garrett, but I still love you. I forgot.
You just had your little closing statement. I'm going to say mine. Vote for me because this movie is very historically accurate. Point, of course, but I mean it has very.
That's about as historically accurate as Pearl Harbor.
It has history, you have the Emancipation Proclamation, you have the Civil War, you have the wars that go on in the slums of New York City. You have a lot of things, a lot of historical elements to this movie that makes it really great. And
so did Pearl Harbor, but it was a flop.
I think it was more. I think it was more of the director on Pearl Harbor wise, but not the content of it. But it's just like Titanic. They had to add some love story to it. It's a really great movie. Both these movies are really great. I mean, if you have never seen them, Allie, you need to go see Sweeney Todd because it's a really great musical. Trent didn't actually even say that it was a musical. They're both really great movies. We're definitely going to be leaving it up to you guys to vote the better movie out of what we said.
There are 3 ways you can vote. You can vote using the eye at the top right-hand corner of your screen. You click on the eye, and it says who won. It's either Team Trent, Team Garrett, or can't decide because I hate making decisions. And in that case, you sound like my wife. I'm not a very big musical person. Well, thank God it's not a big musical. It's a small musical. Thank you.
To a point. I like their favorite Rent. That's a good movie.
I haven't seen that one. I'm not a big musical person either. Honestly, I don't like musicals very much. But I loved Sweeney Todd. I have to watch Les Mis again because I was kind of preoccupied with something else when I watched it. But there are 3 ways you guys can vote. The upper right-hand corner of your screen is an eye. Vote for Team Trent, Team Garrett, or can't decide because I can't make decisions. You can go to Twitter. I'm going to be putting up a poll on Twitter. Or you could just put hashtag Team Trent, hashtag Team Garrett. And be sure to tag one of us in there. Or go to Facebook. We'll put a poll up on Facebook. Team Trent, Team Garrett. And the winner will be the unanimous, critically awesome movie deathmatch champion.
Which I'm pretty sure in my head in these death matches.
I think it's...
don't even say it's tied, because I'm
it's
pretty
not,
sure...
It's not tied. I think it's 4-2 or something like that.
Yeah, I think I'm winning.
Or 3-2. Because we haven't got a winner for this one yet.
Yeah.
Being 4-2 after this one. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there.
Me then.
Because that was a weak-ass performance on my case.
It was. I was killing it, man. I was killing it.
Hey, I came back at the end, I think, when you said it was historically accurate. And
to a point. It is. There's historical... There is historical points to Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. Ship sank and guys died.
This one has a lot more historical points than Pearl Harbor.
Really?
Yeah, really.
It's a made-up story, Garrett. That wasn't based on a true story.
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say it was based on a true story.
Anyways, guys, we are really looking forward to seeing who won. We never made our 100 subscriber mark, and we still aren't at 100 subscribers. So if you have any friends who are not subscribed to Critically Awesome, tell them to hit that subscribe button. We'll love to see you guys, our numbers to go up. We haven't went up since last week. I think we actually went down.
I think we might have went down one.
I'll have to check
I feel
later.
like,
But if you are that person who left us, we miss you. Come back.
Baby, come back.
If you guys enjoy this podcast, please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm on Snapchat. Garrett doesn't use it very much.
I use it sometimes, but
and we are looking forward to hearing from you. So, like I said, don't forget to vote. To subscribe, don't forget to subscribe yourself. If you haven't subscribed to us yet, please do so. We would really appreciate that. Don't forget to like and share this video with all of your friends too, so they can see how critically awesome we are. So, Garrett, if you want to make a closing statement.
Well, Gangs in New York is better than Sweeney Todd. Go Gangs in New York. Anyways, guys, you can find me on Facebook, Garrett. You can find me on Twitter, which is at the underscore
statement I told you to make.
Underscore Fester. You can find me on Instagram, which I think is just Garrett.Donovan.
Donovan, yeah.
And then you can find me on Snapchat, of course, as Garrett Donovan as well. Stop being a sore loser. Why are you being a sore loser?
I'm not being a sore loser. Shut up. I didn't tell you to make. Damn it! I did tell you to make a closing statement, but I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting something like, "Oh, let me on Snapchat, Twitter."
That's why
Facebook.
I keep you on your toes. All right, but
don't forget to follow him on Grindr, Tinder.
Thank you guys for watching. We definitely hope you guys enjoyed this movie death match.
All right.
Are we gonna be on next Monday?
Yes, we should be. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably make something on the Facebook about when our next one is. Tell him. Because I know that we've got a doctor's appointment coming up for a pretty big something.
You're gonna find out what it is.
Yep, it's a pretty big something. Another pretty big something.
I think you should. The next podcast we do, you should do like an announcement of.
Well, depending on if I find out what that big something is, it could be a puppy, it could be a.
Trent, you already said that what it was like a couple podcasts ago.
No, I didn't.
I think Sophie.
All right. World of Sophie. Yes, she is. Thanks, guys. No, thank you. And don't forget to vote for Team Trent.
Team Garrett.
So this has been the longest closing. I think the closing is longer than our news section.
All right. Well.
All right, guys. Go ahead, Garrett.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next week, hopefully.
Thank you guys so much. We love you so much. Without you, we wouldn't have this podcast. Well, we would, but it wouldn't be as fun. Everyone's starting to get more vocal in the comments. I'm loving that so much.
Me too.
It's starting to form into what we wanted it to be instead of us just talking back and forth to each other going, I don't really understand anybody's watching this. Anyways, we love you guys so much. We will see you guys next week. It's Trent, and I'm Critically Awesome.
And I'm Garrett, and I'm Critically Awesome.
We'll see you guys later.